Well. Welcome back. It's been literally, like a week less than 2 months since I made the last one of these videos. And I missed it. It's kind of weird. I don't know why I enjoy making these so much. And it doesn't really seem like something I'm actively like, man, I'm really psyched to make a commentary video today. I mean, that's how it was just now. But during the 2-month interim, I wasn't necessarily just like chomping at the bit to make one of these. The main reason for this delay is that I took a big break from MCSR because I just felt like I was so locked out. And maybe that wasn't true. I felt like it was the right choice. And looking back, I'm not sure if I would have done it again. I can tell that I'm quite rusty, and you can definitely see that in this gameplay here. This run is not anything special. It's just a win. But it's like, it's a sub 20, but I think it's like over 18 minutes, which is not awesome. I'm glad that I haven't lost it to the degree that I'm getting things that are worse than a sub 20, but I was really close to a sub 15. And I feel like I'm set back from that now. It's still a goal that I have. I've been putting a lot of time into other stuff, though. And there are some other things happening in my life that I'm going to get into that are just kind of in the way. I mean, it's like it's final season. It is only May, but halfway through May, like, that's when things get going. The AP tests were all last week, I think, and this week. I only had one, but it was kind of stressful. I mean, I'm not one to get too stressed out about tests, but I was sick for like a week or two. Like 3 weeks before, I guess 4 weeks before the AP test, maybe. And so I was like really behind on work, and I'm still behind on work. It was like, that test was 2 months ago, and that sickness was like, not 2 months ago, sorry, 2 weeks ago. That sickness was like 5 weeks ago, and I think I still have schoolwork that I haven't done from that sickness. To be honest, I haven't been locked in enough. I should have that done. And look at me, I'm sitting here recording a commentary video instead of doing that work that I'm talking about. But this is more important. It's not, but I want to do this. I don't want to do the assignment. So, but regardless, I basically dropped all of my other schoolwork to focus on studying for this AP test. And I think that was probably okay. My teachers weren't really pressed at me or anything. Like, none of them were bearing down my neck trying to get me to submit all of my work by a certain date or anything. And to be honest, I mean, all my teachers are pretty nice about that stuff. But I also just don't actually have that much. I was able to catch up on a lot. Wow. These piglins. I forgot that this happened. Yeah, this is what I mean by the rust, though. I mean, just look at it. It's not nice. You know what? What is crazy, though, this split, my Bastion split here, we'll get back to the school thing. This Bastion split here was actually still, like, really good. I mean, it was a RP overworld, which is quick, but my RP overworld was like 2.5 minutes. And despite the difficulties, I still hit this triple gap pretty nice. I actually did the route wrong, which also shows the rust. But I think I leave the Bastion at like 6:30. No, surely that's glaze. It's a good Bastion split. I think I get kind of around like a 10-minute blind, which is like a goal for me. I think I have done sub 5-minute post blind splits in, well, maybe not post blind splits in practice. But oh my god, I died too. Jeez, I forgot about that. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, so I don't think I left the Bastion at 6:30. Maybe it was like 7 and the fort was just close. Whatever. Right. I had dropped a bunch of my work to focus on this AP test. And so now I have a bunch of other work that has piled up on the leftover sickness work. And I missed a bunch of tests, and then I had to make them all up, and it wasn't fun. But I did it. And I was like, finally, I'm back. And it's going to work out. But then, actually the chronology here is wrong, but this was actually, these things are kind of simultaneous. I had a surgery. I'm not going to say what it was. But it took me out of school for like a week. And intermittently, in and out of school still. And so, this is like the most infrequent I've been with going to school. And I really don't like it. I like going to school. I want to see my girlfriend. Like, I want to see my friends. And I just don't want to be behind anymore. My friends kind of make fun of me for being sick all the time. And especially in elementary and middle school, I got sick so much. Just probably like once a month. It was not fun. But in elementary school, it doesn't really matter. But I'm getting to the point in my education where it's like, I don't want to miss all of that school. Here you can see 8-minute fort. It's pretty good. I mean, at this point though, there's only like 4 classes that I have work for, and I have it under control. But it isn't fun, and it's kind of stressing me out. So I figured I should mention it. To be honest, that kind of covers the 2 months that I haven't been making commentary videos. I have been thinking, though, because I think around a month in, I kind of wanted to make another video. But obviously, I wasn't playing MCSR. And I feel like I made like 4 or 5 videos using MCSR footage. And to be fair, for these videos, yeah, like half of what I'm talking about is MCSR related. But I think I would enjoy making content about other games or something just as much. And I don't know. I feel like some people, when they play video games, they play one game and they're able to stick to it and just be really, like, just get really good at it because they love it so much. And I really love Minecraft. Like, it's probably my favorite game ever. I've been playing it since I was really little. Obviously, speedrunning is a newer thing. I've probably only been doing that for like 6 months total. Less. But I also just, I don't think I can be that stagnant. You look at these top runners, like Feinberg, for example. I mean, the dude is live like every day playing Minecraft for, I don't know how long he streams for, but probably like 3 or 4 hours minimum. I just don't think that's the kind of thing I could do. I mean, I have some... Ooh, look at that. Did you see that? I started... Okay. I started using Toolscreen and default Greenboat on Ninja BrainBot. And so I'm able to do the little... get in the boat in the Nether portal, like speedrunner tech. And I know that I do a lot of other things that are like speedrunner tech, but that one made me feel really cool. And Toolscreen, I had like a prejudice against it, but it's kind of awesome. Whatever. I'm talking about making videos. In terms of real life hobbies, I boulder, and I haven't been doing it for that long, but like I am committed to it. And Taekwondo, I have been doing for a really long time, like 2 or 3 years. Definitely, I'm quite committed to that. Guitar, it's been like 1.5 years, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. So there are things that I stick with. I don't have difficulty doing that. But with games and smaller hobbies, I kind of bounce around a lot. When I was a little bit younger, I had like a yo-yo phase. I spent like, usually the phases are like, I guess 3 or 4 months maybe. I'm not sure. No, probably longer. But I was really into yo-yos. And then after that, I was really into doing balisong tricks. I don't know if I can think of any others, to be honest. But like, those are 2 really easy examples. And with games, that's also kind of how I do it. I bounce around a lot. Yeah, like, for example, my Steam library is quite big. I have a friend who only has like 13, no, maybe like 23 games in his Steam library. And he calls me crazy for having so many, which I do have a lot. I have like 100 something. And probably over half of them are free, but it's a lot of money on there. But right, in the past like 2 months that I haven't been speedrunning, I started playing Sekiro, which is quite fun. I started playing Crimson Desert, which is also pretty fun. I started a new single-player world in Minecraft, which I strongly considered making videos about. I might. I feel like there's one more. I mean, I played Gamble with Your Friends, which is really fun, and I kind of want to make a video on that, although I would need one of my friends to be down for that. I guess that's it. I think those are the only ones. But I just kind of bounce around when it comes to games, and it's definitely not a bad thing for games, but it means that I can't really stay, like I could. So far, I have been staying as like a single game content creator. And if you look at YouTube, you kind of have 2 categories when it comes to gaming. 2 very broad categories. You have your variety gamers and you have your specialty gamers. For example, you've got like Ludwig. I really like Ludwig, but he plays a lot of games. Like, he does a variety of games. Or like Smitty. Very much a variety. And then on the other side, you have your specialty gamers. I don't know. Not necessarily YouTubers, but like Jinxie. Like the Minecraft speedrunners. Feinberg, Infume. And I just feel like I don't know if I really want to be either of those. And I can probably do a mix. Like, I'm sure it would be fine if I did mostly one game and then sometimes other games. But I don't know. Because I feel like the variety content creator thing is just not something. I feel like that's hard to grow. Like, I don't know what I could do that would be different. Well, I had this one idea that I kind of ripped off, actually, so it's not really my idea. I would have to make up my own somehow. But I was listening to this podcast, and these guys were talking about the differences in skill that it takes to hit certain ranks or milestones in certain competitive games. And it would be interesting to try and do to try and get to a certain rank in like every competitive game. And that would probably be interesting. Like, it would be fun, it would be a variety, but it also, I mean, it might not really be a variety depending on how hard the games are, or like how hard the goal is that I set for myself. But I enjoy competitive games, but I don't have that many that aren't just like repeat shooters. I actually have a list because I had this idea a really long time ago. Yeah, this list kind of sucks. This list, it's like all shooters. Literally all shooters except for MCSR and Minesweeper. How do you even get a rank in Minesweeper? Maybe like a time? I don't know. I mean, regardless, I'm going to make more videos. And there's actually one thing that I need to bring up. You will see at the end of this video, which is coming up, I hit one of my big goals in MCSR at the beginning of this season after my placement matches. I'm in gold now. I was placed in gold 2, and now I'm like halfway up gold 1 because I lost some games. And I don't feel like I earned it. Because those placement matches were with kind of bad times. I lost like 2 of them. Maybe I lost 1 and won 2. It doesn't feel like I earned it. And I wanted to make a video about sub 15. And I considered just making it about gold. And I think after this, I've decided it's going to be about sub 15. But regardless, thank you for watching. Yeah, more videos to come, and probably more variety as well. And I will catch you in the next one.